Hello, my name is Martha and I'm from the organization YAF, Youth Action for the Future. My sector is a climate change sector and it is focused on climate change, its effects, and how to reduce them. It is also focused on how to become a climate activist by educating ourselves and speaking up on the issue. Today I will be talking about action on climate change, what the effects are, and how they will affect us in the future. In 2015, many nations around the world signed a treaty called the 2015 Paris Agreement in order to become carbon neutral and to keep Earth's average temperature at a stable 1.5 degrees Celsius. The 1.5 degrees Celsius checkmark means the average temperature that Earth has risen since the Industrial Revolution, which is when we started mass-producing greenhouse gases, which led to trapping gases in the atmosphere and heating the planet. Scientists have stated that this is the temperature we should stay at to survive as humanity and overall the entire ecosystem and planet. As of now, we are 0.3 degrees away from this checkmark at roughly 1.2 degrees, however, temperatures are still rising. Although this small change in temperature may not seem like a lot, if we reach this temperature, there will be drastic changes around the world. Heavy rains that currently happen roughly once in a decade will be 1.3 times more likely to happen and 6.7 times wetter compared with the last 50 years. Droughts that currently happen every decade will soon happen every 5 to 6 years. Heat waves that happen twice in a decade could happen every 6 years. 70% of all coral reefs will be bleached, increasing water temperature and carbon dioxide levels. With 1.5 degrees Celsius, there will be one summer per century where all of the Arctic's ice will melt, increasing temperatures to a higher level. There will be 1 billion people exposed to extreme heat waves every 5 years. The risk of increase in floods will be 100%. 6% of insects, 8% of plants, and 4% of vertebrates will be at risk of losing more than half of their habitat. All of these effects and so much more could happen with 1.5 degrees Celsius of global warming. COP26 was hosted in 2021, where climate activists, world leaders, and more met in Glasgow to talk about their progress on the Paris Agreement. Activists had hope, however, most nations failed to implement policies to reduce carbon emissions, slowing down progress. Scientists extrapolated the data from the policies implemented and showed that we would overpass the checkpoint at 1.8 degrees Celsius. The event left many young activists disappointed and frustrated. Because we are getting closer and closer to the 1.5 checkpoint, and nations aren't putting in effort to stop climate change from overtaking us, scientists have begun researching the effects of 2 degrees Celsius. With the average temperature rising to 2 degrees, a significant sea rise will basically drown all low-lying islands and create millions of climate refugees. All coral reefs will be bleached, increasing our CO2 levels. 2.7 billion people will be exposed to extreme heat waves every 5 years. There will be a 170% increase in flood risk. 18% of insects, 16% of plants, and 8% of vertebrates will be at risk of losing more than half of their habitats. Natural disasters will happen more often and will also expand more quickly. If we get to 4 degrees Celsius, it would put humans, animals, and nature in a high risk of death and serious health issues. Reaching 2 degrees Celsius or higher puts us at risk of being in lack of resources, having major food insecurities, and energy insecurity. However, we have been so caught up looking at what our future could look like that we aren't realizing our current circumstances. The UN scientists have said that carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere haven't been this high in 2 million years, as well as this past decade having been the hottest Earth has been in 125,000 years. The effects of climate change already affect us and will continue to do so unless we stop them. The window to seize the goal of the Paris Agreement and keep our Earth from getting over 1.5 degrees is still possible. However, time is running out. We need to implement policies and fix our mistakes before it's too late. We can't let the future generations be responsible and live with their problems, which we never bothered to take care of. The youth is desperately asking world leaders to take action and for you to listen to us. Climate change isn't going to wait for us. We need to take action and speak up now before it's too late. That's all for today. If you wish to learn more about climate change or other global issues, then make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. Make sure to check out our link tree below so you can stay updated in our news.